On tonight's show, Chelsea Green used her television time to bring awareness to a condition called facial amnesia. And that sounds like a serious condition, but I have a couple questions. Is that amnesia when it comes to remembering faces, or amnesia from receiving too many facials? Answers in the comments, please. I'm John Recton with my review of WWE Smackdown from the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. Did I say that right? Well, Uncasville, Connecticut doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, just like the facial amnesia. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. 8 days away from Elimination Chamber. Shout out to WrestleRant and Alexis, who were in attendance. Hope you had a goddamn blast. Graham, keep working hard. So happy for you and Alexis, finding love and just caring for each other. It's great. I'm really happy for you both. And I hope everybody else who was there had a goddamn blast. Because I gotta be honest, the crowd didn't exactly come across as having a goddamn blast, except for a couple moments on this show. Whew. This was a dicey episode of Smackdown. So we had recaps of the Sammy Roman saga and all that stuff, and it made sense. They're building that storyline. Unfortunately, that's about the only thing they're really building. We need a better intro song for Raw, for SmackDown, and for NXT, because I hate rap. Oh, rap is crap. Oh, I hate rap. I don't hate all rap. I hate bad rap. They need more pyro when they start off the show, too. So, Heyman's in the ring to drop his pearls of wisdom on the crowd. Heyman dropping his pearls all over the crowd. You're welcome for that image. A lot of gross imagery on this show. He talks about, the stuff with Sammy, the bloodline being fractured and all this stuff. And he's building the fight as best he can. And then that Sammy isn't there, and without these titles, there's no Roman Reigns. And, oh, there you are, Sammy. Sammy suddenly shows up and just jaw jacks with him. He says, when I left the bloodline, it crumbled. And how Roman's days are numbered and all this, and the crowd is up for it. They're up for Sammy. It's going to make that even that much better and more heartbreaking when he loses. And boy, is he going to lose. Maybe not convincingly, but he is going to lose and get beaten down, and that's going to be nuclear heat in Montreal. It's going to be almost like he was smuggling illegal cigarettes, and then the mob decided to go after him. Allegedly. Maybe that didn't happen to Dino Bravo. I don't know. I'm not going to get any mafias coming after me. But, yeah, this was pretty good between Sammy and Heyman. One of the highlights of the show, because it definitely wasn't the Banger Bros versus Hit Row with not Jade. Jade! Not Jade! Her name's B-Fab! And that intro actually took a little bit longer than the match did. Hit Row lost. They just release them. I'm sorry. There is nothing that you can do with these people. Yeah... Adonis got pinned because they don't trust Top Dollar, apparently, to take the pin or really do anything right. The Raiders are on camera, and Valhalla paints them, and they mention their names, and then that's it. Release the Viking Raiders, too, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not against people getting paychecks. I'm against people getting paychecks that they aren't earning, because, look, let's be perfectly honest. A lot of this stuff with the tag division is really, really bad, and I mean across all 3 shows. So Jimmy can't find Jay, can't get a hold of him. Here's Scarlett and Cross and the Hourglasses out acting them during this pre-tape. Lacey comes out to 0 reaction and beats a woman named Carmen Harris. I think Becca Forever was her name on Twitter. I believe she's appeared on some AEW programming. And this was rough, not because of the enhancement talent, but Lacey there's going to be a lot of releases coming up after Mania. Lacey, they've repackaged her. She's not good. Just pay her to sit at home, write out her contract, because she's not any good. I've defended Lacey in the past as far as in-ring work, and I can't anymore. I can't. This is abysmal. Jimmy still can't find Jay, and Heyman says, you're going to have to go it alone. Could he have Solo with him? No, apparently Solo wasn't there. I guess either way, Jimmy would have been flying solo. Now that everybody shut off the review. Sonya yells at Pierce. Chelsea shows up. He's in between 2 Karens. I've seen this movie before. He makes a tag match for later. And Jay arrives through the crowd when it looks like Jimmy is on his own. And then we have Team YU Bald against the Usos in a SmackDown tag title match. They're defending the individual tag titles. That's good. Maybe they'll split them up after Mania. Same as it ever was in the Usos won, and it wasn't bad, though I was a little bit worried Ricochet landed flush on, I believe, Jimmy. That looked very rough. It wasn't bad, but outsmarting Braun isn't difficult. He hurled himself stupidly at the announcer's table. Good tactic there. So the Usos retain. Also, The commercial of He Gets Us, an organization for bigots and by bigots. Fuck everybody at He Gets Us. You ain't using God's storybook teachings for the right reasons. You're a bunch of bigots, a bunch of homophobes, a bunch of goddamn idiots. And you know what? Come at me. You ain't gonna win because you know what? You guys aren't tough. You're cowards. Everybody that wants to be a bigot and a homophobe, you're a coward. If you agree with how they're using those teachings in that storybook, you're cowards. So anyway, yeah, they're going to spend millions of dollars. They could be using that money to actually help the less fortunate, but no, that would not make sense for an organization funded and founded on hate. And let's be honest, all religion's bullshit anyway. And if you're religious, sorry, I don't really care if you get upset. I've seen the inner workings of it. It's all horse shit. If you use it to make yourself better, great. Now that I'm off my soapbox, yeah, after Braun hurled himself stupidly at that announcer's table because he's an idiot, yeah, the Usos retain. So Ray talks about evil boys, EVILBOYS. If you get that reference, I love you guys. I thought Dominic was going to interfere, which would have made this one of the worst Smackdowns ever because Dominic makes any program terrible. Heyman oversees Jimmy and Jay talking. Jay doesn't know if he's in or out. Gross. And Heyman says, hey, was that your brother? Did he say anything? Oh, no, he didn't say anything. So more lies because, yeah, Roman already knows about this, unless he's not watching the television. Natalia's in the ring for a promo. And I love Natalya. I don't know what this segment was supposed to be. She was talking about calling Shayna a knockoff Ronda. Tried to get that chant going. Shayna was there. And then suddenly, Ronda's in Connecticut. Hey, go to Sandy Hook and talk about your conspiracy theories there, you twat. God, your child wasn't even out of the womb and it was already smarter than you and your abusive husband who liked to leave black eyes, Mr. Brown himself. And there you go. Shotzi arrived. This was abysmal. This was not good. And I like Natalya, and this isn't good because nobody cares about Ronda. It's not good television. This was not great. Sammy talks to Jay. We know Jay will turn. You don't have to go down with the ship, that there will be, that there's a way out for you, and don't leave me hanging. And they pop for a big fist in between Sammy and Jay. And LA Knight, he says, let's not talk about the pitch black match. The future is LA Knight. He's toast. And I like LA Knight, but they effectively buried him. They did. I don't see how you come back from dealing with Bray. Because very few people can, because all this stuff with Bray is bad television. Liv and Raquel took on Sonya and Chelsea. I don't know what happened to the rest of Liv's pants. Stop thinking about it, Kier. I know you're thinking about it. You stop it. Stop it. I will turn this show around right now. Don't ask me how I can do that. Stop it. Get some help. So anyway, Oblivion and then a bomb. 1, 2, 3. There you go. I guess Chelsea's gimmick is that she can't do anything right and she eats pins. They already have other women on this roster that could do that, but whatever. At least Chelsea's getting a healthy paycheck to be adequate, I guess. So, Moss and Emma have a pre-tape. Moss has new tights. That's good. They make him look like more of a talent instead of a creative wrestler. And I like Moss. Moss has a good look. It's just new tights are going to help. Sit down with Charlotte. Cole's there on my television screen, so I don't care. This is about Rhea and teaching her a lesson, and all that. And Cross makes his entrance at 6:35. By the time we get to the match, it's about 6:46. And that is Santos with Zelina. It's easy to overlook Zelina because she barely can clear the bottom rope if she, and that's just standing there. Moss with Emma, Cross with Scarlett, and Ray on his own. And until his son leaves this goddamn company, he should be on his own. 4-way match for a shot at the Intercontinental Championship Imperium in the Skybox. And shockingly, Moss won. Moss won with a sky elbow. Okay. I mean, it's next week on TV. He's going to lose. But hey, they're doing something with Moss. He's going to get demolished, but it is what it is. And then Heyman's talking to Jimmy. Roman says, he says that Roman is proud of him and proud of Jay and everything, but both of you need to stay at home and watch on TV because you might see stuff that you don't see when you're here. And why are they staying home next week? Because Montreal. Because somebody just couldn't stop drunk driving, and now they can't get into Canada. I mean, Canada's pretty tough on that shit. So anyway, yeah, Montreal Smackdown next week and Montreal Elimination Chamber the next day. Let's see what happens at Elimination Chamber pretty soon, because, boy, these things are just coming rapid fire. And then we're on the show to WrestleMania. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ricklin. I'll see you soon.